showtime.
Do not attempt to change your radio station. You are listening to the coolest of the cool. The Cooley Cool Show. Listening here live. We are about to embark on an interstellar, intergalactic cosmos of all talk radio. We will begin in just a second. Yes, you're listening here live on the Coolest of the Cool, the Cooley Cool Show with your host Brent, kicking it here on this Sunday night. Yes, that's right here on Sunday Night Vibes. We kick it from coast to coast, north to south, and yes, maybe even in Antarctica. And if you're in Antarctica, let us know what you think about the show. Yes, and if you haven't done so already, be sure to like and follow us on our other social media platforms. You can also follow me on my TikTok channel, my YouTube channel, both labeled The Cooley Cool Show. You can also follow me on my Twitter account at CooleyCool2412. You can also follow me on my Instagram page at Brent_TheChamp. And just to let you know, if you missed an episode here and you want to go back to the beginning, also be sure that let you know that you can follow and listen to them on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Spreaker.com. We're going to get started in just a couple of seconds. So, like I said before, we're rocking coast to coast, north to south, and yeah, just maybe even in Antarctica. Sunday night vibes, baby. Sunday night vibes. Kicking it here live. Getting everything set up. Gonna be starting in just a couple more seconds. It's an of y'all. Now, you are tuned in to the most intergalactic. We reach all the way out to the cosmos and beyond, all the way out to the observable universe. You definitely are going to be cool while listening here live on the coolest of the cool, the Cooley Cool Show. Now, without further ado, the man who exudes nothing but coolness, your host, Brent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Now, we shall start.
Cookies? Cookies? Who told you you can eat my cookies? Who told you you can eat my cookies? This is gonna make us fat. Who told you you can eat my cookies? Put that cookie down! Now!
Yeah. Put that cookie down. Now. Do it. Do it. Do it now. So, you're listening here on Sunday Night Vibes. We here like to kick it a little bit of chill kind of way. Because that's what we do here on the coolest of the cool. I got to do a couple more reps for my business person a little bit. But I'm going to turn it over to my main man, Brent. Because he's the man of the hour. And we're going to continue on by doing great stuff. Now, here is your man, Brent. Back to you. Thanks, Arnold. Appreciate it. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Got another person over here who wants to say something also.
Hey, yo. I just want to let you guys know here on Sunday Night Vibe. Alright? You know, man, I'm Rocky Balboa. But, you know, that's the character that I portray. You know what I mean? So, we're going to go ahead and you're going to listen to some cool stuff here on the coolest of the cool. And, you know, hey, Paul, you know what I'm saying? I got to do what I got to do, you know? And, so, I'll go ahead and turn it back on to you, you know? I gotta go like that. I kinda got it, you know what I mean? Alright, so here's your host. The coolest of the cool. You know, right. Here's your man. I can't pronounce you. It is what it is, you know. You gotta go for it. Bruh.
Alright, thanks, Lai. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so here on Sunday Night Vibes, yeah, pretty cool introduction. We got one, maybe somebody else, but I don't know who this is. Hey, look, hey, first of all, we would like to just say that if you're listening here, you're tuning in to the coolest of the cool, the Cooley Cool Show, you're guaranteed you're gonna listen to some good stuff here. You know what I mean? Because guess what? We're gonna back him. You know what I mean? So if you listen to it, I swear to God, God forbid you decided not to listen to him or like or subscribe. Trust me, we're gonna have a little problems. You know what I'm saying? Hey Joey, this bum over here don't want to listen to the show. So guess what? We gotta go ahead and do? We gotta go ahead and pay him a visit. You know what I mean? All right. And don't worry, because guess what? If he doesn't get the message, don't worry. He can forget about it. You know what I mean? So you're gonna listen here to the coolest shit, the Cooley Cool Show with my man here, right there. All right. Hey, Brent, get something to eat. All right. All right. Thanks. Appreciate it. So, yeah. If this is just your first time tuning in here to the coolest of the cool, the Cooley Cool Show with your host Brent, make sure you follow me on my other social media platforms. We're on YouTube, TikTok. I'm on Instagram too. Instagram is Brent_the_champ. The Cooley Cool Show can also be heard on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and of always Spreaker.com. So Sunday Night Vibes is pretty much just kind of a it's a chill mode thing that I like to sometimes do. We're just kind of recapping on a lot of stuff that's happened in the week, maybe, or past stuff that's happened. And we like to talk about it, make sure that we haven't lost touch in far as all the nonsense and maybe the bullshit, all the malarkiness that's going on in the world, and just to make sure that we are spreading the good word, because oh snap! I think I got somebody else here who wants to talk. Oh, he's a reverend preacher. Oh, wow. How you doing, brother? Yeah, brother. So guess what we got going on here, brother? We just want to go ahead and preach the good word to all of you. We want to make sure that you understand that your main man here, listening on the coolest of the cool, my man, your brother, your fellow man, Brent here is going to go ahead. He's going to teach you some things. He's going to talk to you about some things and make sure that you're going to understand the good ways of how things are being brought to you. The realism of what is happening today into society. And we want to also make sure that you also bring enough goodies and understand that, hey, we need your help and the support and everything that goes on around here. Yes. Oh, amen, brother. Amen. Now I'm going to turn it back to you, to your lovely and your wonderful host, the man of the hour, my fellow brother, Brent. Here, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry for being late. I just had to run it because, I had the Rolex with $1,000 and everything. I had to get it all situated. Had to drive over in my nice Mercedes. So, but I'm here, right here. So I had to make sure your introduction went well. Here you go. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, yeah, you're listening here on the Cool Show. So, like I said, this past couple weeks, the past like 2-3 weeks has been a very exciting one, especially for the month of February that not many people are going to forget. It's going to go down as far as maybe by some people's accounts of as historical time, because considering the fact that a lot of stuff is happening with balloons. Balloon sales, by the way, have jumped from a nickel to probably now $30,000. Just gonna go say it. So if you're having a party and for a birthday party and you want to get some balloons, you probably want to go ahead and book your balloons in advance. They're very scarce. It is, I guess, the balloon retail industry is skyrocketing in prices. Yeah, just gonna let you know. It is what it is. But be very careful if you decide to take your balloons outside for some odd reason and you happen to let it go up into the sky. It's a high probability that some bitch will be shot down. Okay? Even if it's a stuffed animal type of balloon, whatever, it probably will pose a threat to national security. Just saying. You got to be careful what you do out there. So, typically, Sunday Night Vibes, this is your first time beginning. We just like to joke and have fun with a lot of stuff that's going on, but it's also passing real information to you, so that way you're not going to be fooled by the bullshit. Because fake news is big business, and they love to sell you on fake shit. It is what it is. So I was looking in my records book, and I was looking as far as other Sunday Night Vibes that I talked about, or other topics I did talk about, and one that comes to mind to me is that I write these down, and then when I write them down, I usually try to review as far as what I had recently talked about, because a lot of these sometimes do come back around where typically what I usually say does. And I said it doesn't happen right away, but in the near future, we'll see things that will end up coming to fruition, because they do. I'm not saying all of it does, but I'm just going to say a lot of stuff that I do previously and prior talked about does eventually somewhat, come down the pipeline as far as, holy shit, we did talk about that. And now we're seeing as far as how things are, So, for instance, I had in here in my little book, it's kind of like a journal. I had talked about, is it a while ago, a long time ago, about asteroids. Yeah, I said asteroids. Yeah, asteroids. You know, the little hurling rocks in the air in that cosmos that just for some odd reason want to collide with Earth because they're just assholes. You know, asteroids, rocks, big old fat fucking rocks are just assholes, and they want to fucking hit us. But you know, I remember, you know, when I was younger as a kid, I mean, watching these movies where the asteroids invade, you know, hitting Earth and colliding on a collision course. And I used to be kind of like, holy crap, this stuff could happen. It would make me kind of be like, holy shit, we're going to need NASA and all these space programs to go ahead and do something to devise a plan in order to stop this shit from happening and occurring. You know, I remember the movie with Bruce Willis in it, Armageddon. That movie came out, I think it's like 96 or something like that. I don't know. But I remember watching that movie. I was like, holy shit, this could actually happen, you know. But they made it cool. They made it real cool as far as the fact that if it were to happen, we'd have some, you know, highly trained oil oil drillers who would just get probably about a week's worth of training, go become astronauts, then to fly onto a unknown body of terrestrial surface, an asteroid, dig about 800 meters or feet down, plant a nuclear bomb in the son of a bitch, then somehow successfully, you know, detonate the shit and be able to fly back off the surface of the terrestrial body of the asteroid and fly back here to Earth. What they fucking do. And I was watching, I was like, yeah, I know this movie, but man, they can do things like that. This is what I'm talking about. This is where we're going, man. You know how fucking crazy that shit sounds? Yeah, an asteroid's gonna be hitting us, but we're gonna get oil drillers, the best in the world, and you're gonna fucking train to be astronauts for a week. Don't worry about all the other training. You just bypass that shit. You know, we don't need to worry about any of that. You know. Oh, and for for the space shuttle, that I guess it was a New Heights type of space shuttle, but it's just gonna take off. Unlike it has to have tons of fucking jet fuel, rocket fuel to take off from Earth, but on the asteroid when it leaves, it just flies the fuck off. Sure, we're gonna believe that one, but it's a movie, so you don't think anything of it. But then later on, things like, what was this perpetrated, and who benefited from this? I tell you what, who benefited from this? Benefited from it. It's the fucking space programs. They were up in arms and fucking just said, kumbaya fucking yeah. Like, yeah, we're doing something. Look at this. We believe in the hearts and minds, baby. You believe it in fucking complete lunacy, all right? But don't take my word on it. Just look at how the shit is played the fuck out. And you can come up with your own fucking assumptions on shit. Trust me. It is what it is. But you can sit here and debate with me about it and how, we can do that or it's possible. And I'm just going to call you crazy. And I'm going to go ahead and say that, just try to figure out, if you're doing something illegally, fucking stop. Okay? Because it's fucking up your brain. All right? And it's like another movie. What is the other movie? Another end of the world type movie with another. Oh, Deep Impact. Yeah, that was a little bit more subtle, but it was kind of a little bit more passionate on their approach to the movie. But it wasn't an asteroid. This is a fucking comet, and apparently comets are assholes too because they like to crash into shit with, no regard. But some by chance, these fucking comets that we've been told, they're just an asshole because they like to fucking circle around shit and then be like, you know what, I was going to go here, but I'm diverting my course to come around and just smack dab hit you in the fucking ass. There's just certain shit like that, And these comets apparently made up of a lot of, dust, rocks, and ice. But somehow they're able to fucking have a force that propels them through the vastness of space. I don't get it. Somebody please tell me. Let me know. It's just one of those things. It's like, it is what it is, really. But anyway, to the movie of Deep Impact. As I said before, the comet apparently, comes flying, collision course. And as the comet's coming, in the movie, and the whole world is kind of prepping up on how to survive. This is how the movie kind of pitches, like, kind of, we need people to survive, but we're only going to select the people that we think are contributors to society, which means if you're listening to this podcast, you're not selected in the fucking survival of the fucking world. Okay? Just let it know that, okay? That then the movie, that if you got a phone call that you've been pre-selected for survival to go to whatever thing to protect you. So, like I said, if you're listening to this podcast, you're been not selected and probably will never be selected, just saying, because you're listening to this fucking my amazing, immaculate, podcast. So, anyway, with that, there's a comment. But the thing with this, they train these astronauts in this movie. So the astronauts were highly trained already. Because they weren't going to go get some oil riggers to get a week's worth of training. These are already astronauts, and they just trained them how to do this shit. Which is a little bit more believable. Okay? So, but at the same time, these astronauts decide to go land on a fucking comet. So, they're able to do this on an unknown terrestrial kind of fucking body of fucking comet surface. Land there safely, and then shit still goes fucked up, but they're able to fly the fuck off and go back into the fucking orbit, but then they end up fucking up because the bomb that they put in there only just blew it in half. Which now, instead of just one comet, now you have two fucking pieces of comet coming to you. So all the way around the board is a fucking double whammy, right? So, unbeknownst to that, I guess they devised a plan that says we can stop the bigger fucking comet rock, but the smaller one, y'all gonna have to take a hit on that one. It is what it is. So the fucking smaller comet piece hits fucking Earth, wherever the hell it's at, and it creates a tidal wave that fucking stands probably like 3 miles or something like that. I don't know. Something fucking crazy, but it's fucking comet. And it just wipes out a bunch of whole people and everything. So it's caused devastation all the way around the board. But the one best part about that movie, I would say, is that in the part where there's tidal waves coming and people are running, and it's like, oh, it's done. You're not getting away. There's the one movie, check this out. If you check it out, there's this old dude with a suit and tie. He has a newspaper, and he's sitting on the fucking water fountain, and he gives zero fucks about the fucking impending fucking killer wave coming. And he just said, I don't give a fuck. And he's just reading his paper, and then obviously he gets crushed. But that was probably the realest way. He just gave zero fucks in the whole thing. So, that is what it is. I mean, that's probably one of the best two end of the worlds hit by asteroid, meteor fucking type of fucking movies that I can think of offhand. Because maybe there probably are some other ones out there, but who really gives a shit? You know what I mean? Who gives a damn? I mean, come on. I mean, that goes to like the one movie. I love this movie. This one movie that I'm going to tell you, I love this movie. But looking back at it now, it makes absolutely entirely no fucking sense. But sometimes the best things in life don't make fucking sense. So, Starship fucking Troopers. I love this movie. This movie's awesome. Was it Casper Van Dien or something like that? And Denise Richards. And was it Neil Patrick Harris? Right? I'm saying it right. So, Starship Troopers is a futuristic movie where they're fighting fucking bugs. Don't ask me why. There's no fucking premise to this at all. It's just, look, it's a fucking it's an action movie, all right? Don't think too much into it. Try not to think too much. But when you sit back, think about it, yeah, that's a good movie. You should really start playing it like, the movie was based on, we're fighting fucking bugs. That they fucking, were giant killer fucking bugs. That apparently the bugs provoked a fucking intergalactic war because of what reason again? I don't know. This is fucking spores out their ass and then fucking hit Earth for some reason. I don't know. You know? But the one thing about that movie, they had the whole world as a one world government where there was no countries. Everybody did work together because it was one government, one world order. Yes, one world order. So, and that kind of sends the premise, but it seemed like everybody got the fuck along. I mean, literally. It made sense in that aspect. I mean, we were fighting fucking bugs. And we're not talking any type of bugs. We're talking some fucking serious bugs that are big as shit. But why? Like I said, the movie doesn't make any sense. But it's an awesome fucking movie. It's an action movie. Don't think too much into this shit. Alright? Enough of the movie bit part. I'll probably come back to some of this shit later on. But I had touched on about asteroids a while ago on my podcast. It was several episodes. And I remember they had said, I'm not making this shit up. And they said that there's an asteroid. The space program, one of the telescopes has found out there is an asteroid that is in Earth's path. Yeah, it's apparently it's in Earth's path. You know, and it's going to hit us. And it will hit us. But they predict the year of when it hit us is 2199 to 2175. Yes, they don't know what year, but they're just going to give a rough estimate of some futuristic fucking years into the future. And nobody on this planet is going to be alive for whenever that supposed asteroid will hit Earth. Yeah. Oh. Wow, we're just going to be making shit up at this point, right? So, yeah. And then the article I remember reading about it says China wants to send a rocket to divert the asteroid headed to Earth. So, this is so fucking stupid. Fucking dumb. It's like they fucking literally said that China. I don't fucking believe this nonsense, dude. Like looking back at this, I remember what I said on the podcast. I can't remember, but the fuck you want to send a rocket now because you believe it's going to divert its course in the fucking futuristic years that none of us are going to be alive to fucking see this shit. Yo, fuck you. Okay, it's bullshit. But this is the shit that's pumped out to fucking tons and tons of fucking people and media just to make people fucking just insane because, you know, you get people wrapped up like, oh my gosh, yeah, we have to invest. And I've been saying it for the longest time on my podcast. This is all fueled on by the almighty dollar bill, y'all. Yes, okay. Because then people will say, well, we need to stop this. We need to prevent this happening. Yeah, sure. You need to prevent this from happening. That you're not even going to know that if it's going to even happen. But yeah, let's just plan for something down 200 years down the fucking road to figure out whether or not it's going to be fucking, oh shit, it happened. I can tell you, man. They'll tell people any fucking thing, man. Like, they will tell people anything, and so many people will fucking go the extra mile to be like, we need to stop this now. I don't know what for, but let's just waste money at giving these space programs billions and gazillions and trillions of dollars to develop some shit that's not gonna happen. And then when they said, what happened to my money that I sent to you? What money? So they're basically going to pull a fucking Debo in your ass. Because the minute you give the money to the fucking space program, the government, and you'd be like, hey, man, what happened to like the $200 I gave you to help with, these rockets or things to prevent the stuff from crashing into Earth? And he's like, what money? What you talking about? You better go on, punk. I'm telling you, it's so, like, and the thing is, people will fucking believe this shit. And people are just so gullible. And it's unbelievable. And you have to freaking think, it's just unbeknownst to how people, like you said, the biggest gangsters of all is always going to be the governments. The governments are the biggest gangsters of all because you can't fight them. You can't beat them. All right? This is pretty much what it is. If you try to think that you can actually go against the government and think you can actually win, and some people say, well, they won some cases against the government. Really? Really? Come on. Yeah, you might have won. You thought you won something, but no one ever wins. Because trust me, those people that don't, like, for instance, if you don't even pay your taxes and you owe the government money, the government's going to come down hand and foot to get your ass. All right? That's one thing we know. But let's put it this way. If you don't owe money to the government, then the government owes you money. Trust and believe, the government's not coming knocking on your door saying, you're going to take this goddamn refund. All right? Come over here and get your goddamn refund now. Okay? No. The government's going to be like, they're not going to even worry about it because they're like, I don't need to give you no money. Shit, you didn't want to get it. You didn't think it was that goddamn important. So why the fuck are you looking at me? It's just the level of this shit that, things happen and you look back on it and it's like you just want to roll over and laugh about the fucking complete and utter nonsense that we are fed. And like I've said on my podcast, oh, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. Oh, no, 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 no. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. He's not trying to deceive you at every ass at every corner. No. This is smoke and mirrors, baby. It's just, oh my gosh. I mean, critical thinking at this point is going out the window for quite a lot of people. And I don't think it's ever coming back for some. I mean, it could for those who are really dedicated to get back to having critical thoughts and critical thinking wise. But for people that are so lost into the transient of the whole, the cousins, this and that, and I can replicate a lot of shit, you're living in a pipe dream. Yep. The pipe dream has taken over you. And you are now just, I don't know, maybe a puppet to this system. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I always say like this. I'm not. Well, put it this way. I like the quote from the movie Matrix. He was like, "You can believe whatever you want to believe," and that facet goes for a lot of things. But except for the premise of how that movie was, where it was like, you want to go to the real world, you take the red pill. You want to live the lie in the Matrix, you take the blue pill. You wake up and you believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you see how far the rabbit hole goes. And now, if you've seen the Matrix, when Neo took the red pill, he saw the real world. And the real world wasn't looking too well. It was looking kind of fucked up. And so, in that kind of sense, he's like, you know what? Well, I get to fly, and I get to do all these things and more shirts. Yeah, but the real world was looking kind of fucked up. And I've said numerous times, many of you, probably, maybe I included, would have said, fuck it, I'm taking the blue pill. Fuck this shit, all right? So, just try to have some common sense with quite a few things. You know, I'm trying to think about some other movie tangents that where some of this shit was just it was force fed to just like, look, you gotta learn how to space program the space things. We need money for space and all this. I mean, it's all fueled by money. This whole thing is this. I've told you before. I mean, you have people that talk about they've been abducted by aliens. You know, oh wow, they've been abducted by aliens. Okay, they're rich, prominent, highly educated. They're credible in society. You might want to believe them, right? But if it's fucking Leroy down off the block in the corner at the liquor store, he says he saw an alien, he got abducted. You're like, yep, you need another bottle there, buddy? Sure. Sure. So, I mean, you gotta be able to figure the ins and the outs of a lot of stuff. I mean, now at this point, people are talking about they've looked up into the nights, and this is news people, news anchors and whatever. Some of their stories are like they've seen the sky, and people have been like, "Oh, I looked in the sky, and I see the light kind of light up, and it was like woo woo." And it was like bright lights and whatever the fuck, and it was lighting up different colors, and people are kind of like, "Oh my gosh, are we being invaded by aliens?" Like, and here's the common sense part for those people that have seen those videos. I seen a couple of those on TikTok, all right, and people's like, "Oh, we're being invaded," and people were like, "I saw it. It was look kind of alien." Like, we don't know. Let me ask you this question: what's the one thing that all those fucking videos have? Name one thing that all those videos have, and I'm gonna tell you right now, and it's gonna blow your mind wide open to where you're gonna be like, "Holy shit." Every time they have those videos where people say, "Yeah, the sky was lighting up different. It was just crazy, different colors, blue or red." I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you right now, and this is gonna make you realize all those videos when those things happen. People show the sky. It was always fucking cloudy. All right, never a fucking clear sky. All right, where you saw stars out there in the moon. No, it was always fucking cloudy. Okay? Do you not know the reason why it was fucking cloudy? Because it's the best way to fucking do some shit when it's fucking cloudy. Because guess what? That way you can't see what's past the fucking clouds. No, because you have the man behind the fucking curtain or the man behind the fucking clouds, right? So think about that and let that shit sink in from what I'm telling you. So anybody talks about that nonsense about there's something going on, there's aliens maybe staging or whatever, and it's the lights and no, it's not. Okay, what it is that they have some type of lighting or projection that we humans, mankind, is doing at the above the level of clouds. Okay? So that way, shit can happen. People can't see through the clouds. You're here on Earth at ground level looking up, and it's a cloudy. Trust me, clouds. Sorry, you can't see through clouds. I don't know what to tell you. And guess what? If you put, matter of fact, here's a little test for you boys and girls to do at home, so that way you can understand where the fuck I'm coming from. Next time, what you do is go to the store, get yourself a whole bunch of cotton balls. Now, what you want to do with the cotton balls, be able to put them together so that they're all stuck together, not without any gaps or anything holes to it. And what I want you to do is I want you to kind of hang it up, so that way there's nothing that you can't see there. All right, nothing through, you can't see your hang. And I want you to have like a colored light, and I want you to shine it above it. Excuse me. I want you to shine it, a color light shine above it. And then I want you to kind of look up and see if there's any array of colors. And and if it changes, you probably will see it. Now, if you're going to be like, "Oh, it's alien," no. If you're doing that at the fucking your hand level, with holding that and a light above, and then you look down and say, "Oh yeah, this is somebody just changed the light up there and doing some light flickering." I'm telling you, I said this on my podcast numerous times. All right, the most complex fucking thing that people think is complex is obviously 9 times out of 10 is the most simplest idea and the concept of past. So trust me, they will make the shit complex as hell to try to confuse you, but it's exactly the smallest and the simplest fucking thing they do that will have everybody stir crazy. Because people don't look at the simplicity of the shit. Okay? So please have common sense. Please do not get fooled on the trickery that they fucking will try to deceive you. Because what have I been trying to tell people on my podcast? All this is everything's fueled by a money agenda, a money issue. Because they need more money in the space programs to invest in. And when people don't invest into the space programs, things don't go to accord. Now, I'm not saying that the government, I've said before in my podcast, the government does not have, the government has plenty, unlimited amounts of money. Trust me, we have lots. But what they want is your money. All right? They want to use your money. All right? They want people to keep putting tons of money. I mean, why the hell told to go field 0G gravity or to the Virgin Mobile, a seat there would cost $250,000 for just a 12-minute fucking space flight? The fuck out of here, man. I'm telling you. Don't buy into the malarkiness, alright? To make you feel better, make you a little understand a little bit things, how certain things are going to be portrayed around our world and our globe. Now, I don't know as far as the aspect of other things, like, for instance, I think that the U.S. is sending like some more billions of dollars of shit over to Ukraine. Don't get me started with that topic. Do not get me started. It's because there's something that obviously that Ukraine has that we're trying to fill. And by the way, I'm trying to figure out whether or not what is Russia doing in references. Are they fighting or are they just still trying to gain territory and land? I don't know, but I'm not gonna touch on that. I'm just saying there's a hidden agenda to all this. There always is. It is nothing but an hidden agenda to a lot of stuff. It's just sometimes we just don't want to see it, or you want to put blinders on because you feel as though if you say something, you might be scrutinized for it. I don't know. People are very vindictive. That's what happens in this world. People are very vindictive. But you have to look at the upside and be positive. Do you want to be played, or do you want to be the person that knows the difference of what's being told to you? That's all I'm saying. You know, here on my show, I like to just have fun and be kooky about a lot of shit. You know, so that's just me. Yeah. Oh, so that's all it means. We then came to another wonderful conclusion of another wonderful episode here on the Coolly Cool Show here on the Sunday Night Vibes. So, if you haven't done so, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe me on my other social media platforms. Be sure to follow me, like, and subscribe on my YouTube channel and my TikTok channel, both labeled The Coolly Cool Show. Also, be sure to follow me on my Instagram page, Brent_the_champ, and my Twitter page at CoollyCool2412. You can also, if you missed any episodes and you want to hear about from the beginning, check out Spreaker.com, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts. So, we're rocking from coast to coast, north to south, and yes, maybe even in our Antarctica. And if you're in Antarctica, let us know if you're listening and if it's still cool down there. So, as always, take care. And be good to each other. Or else, I gotta go back and do some more squats. Take care and goodbye.